Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to Team Fortress TV and our continuing coverage of ESEA-Invite Season 21. My name is Mr. SLIN, and my co-caster tonight is Avast. And before we get into the cast, I just want to let you guys know that we're in sellout mode. There's two Team Fortress TV subscriber box. We have TFTV Bus and TFTV Trap, which Avast, we were talking about this a couple seconds ago. I think that's a bus on a point.
It's a bus on a point. It's like parking. It's parking the bus. A very
Like,
popular.
when are you supposed to use this? You just use this when someone's got a bus in TF2.
When you're parking the bus.
When someone drives their bus up in TF2 to the point, then they can.
It's when they're whole. It's specifically for the Euros because, as we know, Euros like to park the bus.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, they're sort of a derivative offshoot of TF2, where you see a lot of subculture and some memery coming from there, and then you see parking the bus. While in ATF2, it's much more of a pure. It's like the derivative from like an alchemist stone type of thing, where transmuting different metals. Like this is in ATF2, and then they're like a just sort of an ore, a very lesser ore type of TF2. So
yeah,
I think
speaking of transmuting metals, I think that TFTV Trap looks like a little bit like that as well. It looks like a sun that exploded metal everywhere. So that is what we got tonight. Those are our emotes for tonight. So we'd appreciate any support you guys have for this channel. Yeah, we could have last match.
For
Speaking of that's right. Speaking of people who used to play on froyotech, we have a good match tonight. Froyotech versus Hands Off, and people who used to play on froyotech is now just people who play on froyotech because Clockwork is back in action, and he has been top damaging in all of the froyotech matches. So expect more Clockwork. Yeah, he did. Dude, against Ascent?
No, Benny top damage.
Oh, now I gotta pull the stats.
Yeah, Benny did 400 DPM. I promise you, Slinjamin.
He did more than Clockwork?
Yeah. Well, I don't know. He didn't get more kills, I don't think, but he got more damage.
Clockwork had 12,980 damage per damage, and Benny had 12,352. So 600 damage.
I saw 400 DPM from Benny. I saw 400 DPM and like 356 from Clockwork. I'm blaming myself.
350 and 368.
I'm blaming myself, actually.
But so either way, Clockwork is back on froyotech, and it is going to be another slam. What is it? What did you say? A pounding?
Pounding. Well,
it's going to be a pounding.
We have to decide which type of. Pounding is actually one of Slamberg's favorite words. He likes to pound.
That's right. Speaking of pounding, yeah, we're just getting right in there. So let's go over the rosters real quick. For froyotech, we have Free State on Medic, Corsa on Roamer, Patty on Pocket, Muma on Demo, and Banny and Clockwork on Scout. And for the other team, Hands Off, you have Blank on Pocket, Slamberg on Roamer, Pelt on Demo Man, Dingo on Medic, or Dingod, and High Five, and You Must Mike is in for Hands Off. So that's an interesting exchange they got in there. Yeah, that's what's gonna happen as we head into the very first middle of what could be a one-sided match. Slamberg goes for the insta-bomb right away onto Free State, brings him down to 25, and there's a lot of frags actually from both the soldiers of Hands Off coming in there. Now that the counter bomb in from Patty and Corsa isn't as successful, and actually Hands Off take the first mid.
Yeah. They do get Dingo. A really good bomb from Patty does get Dingo towards the end of that, but still, that was a pretty decisive mid, wouldn't you agree? And even Muma says in chat, holy meat market, small eye.
Yeah, Meat Market, the old name that Hands Off used to go to, and now with You Must Mike back on the team, it almost looks like a little bit like Meat Market. They got the old friends back together, as You Must Mike is the one pushing through the choke point and collapsing on the Muma with the help of Pelt, and You Must Mike is all over Free State as well, takes him down. That's 3 players dead for froyotech. Now the rest of the team is collapsing in to help out, but You Must Mike is having a really great performance. The 3rd kill there on the Patty as well.
Goodness.
So good, so good.
You Must Michael. He's Michaeling all over.
Has anyone ever called him You Must Michael?
You Must Michael. Froyo needs to Michael right now. They must Michael. Like there's some real fragging coming out from Meat Market here. Very, very aggressive play, and I don't think Froyo's prepared. And Froyo's gonna be pushing off this cliff side. And actually
I'm keeping the camera on Mike, but he goes down to Corsa over on the flank, and that's going to put Hands Off a player down as they pop the Uber, trying to chase out some kills with the rest of this, but they're not really finding that much. In fact, they lost 2 players in that exchange. So now Free State has himself a 50% Uber advantage and number advantage as well to come back in.
I mean, it could have been a better Uber, and actually Blank's gonna go down too. So now Froyo's gonna be taking this point pretty much for free. Like, I don't want to see any other meat market players dying for them, but actually Pelt's bombing, and Pelt's gonna die too. Interesting.
This is pretty standard. They're gonna go for the sacrifice play to try and get free state. It's just unfortunate they lost so many players before they did the sacrifice play. It'd be better if they sacrificed all at the same time to get that force out of free state. So now they're in an uber disadvantage, and they're probably gonna go for another sacrifice play or maybe try and go for a pick. But at this level of TF2, it's so hard to get a pick.
Yeah, definitely. I agree with you, SLIN. That's why I was confused by the bomb. They should have just waited to have more players healed up and to go. But they're actually being very aggressive here. But actually, Pelt's going to go down to Muma, so that's a pretty big pick. But there's actually tons of. They're being very, very aggressive on this point. There's so much damage on Froyo right now. They get the force out too, and I think the medic's going to get out here for Meat Market. Wow, SLIN.
Yeah.
That's an incredibly good exchange.
Really nicely done by Hands Off. Pushing forward, it looked like Dingo almost wanted to go right in there, but that was a really nicely executed force play. They get Free State's Uber, and now Dingod has his out of lower main, so they're going to wait for the, well, they might not even wait for Slamberg to respawn. They're going to push up with Blank towards the stair side of the map and start walking their way in. Blank looking for traps. He dodges away from the Muma's pipes and walks his way in towards Free State. Free State safely tucked away over by the cliffside doorway. He's going to be able to make it out of there and kite away that Uber. And unfortunately for Hands Off, they didn't get a single player with that Uber.
Yeah, but both the scouts are very weak for froyotech right now. And I actually see them, they're taking a lot of time to get up here. They're taking a ton of spam. High Five will go down them. And they actually lose Yuma Michael as well. But actually, they're going to get the sniper. I think Blank should clean this up. Oh,
the whip.
Oh, he gets it.
Yeah. But we talked about how good Clockwork is. He got 2 picks to start things off there and gets the man advantage for froyotech. They're going to walk back on the point once again for free and take it back without having to use Uber. And this is a big mistake that we're seeing here from Hands Off. They're not getting their forces out of Free State, putting them in an awkward situation as they fight towards that left side, cliff side of the map. Banny duking it out with High Five. He's going to have to back off down to 35, finished off by Slamberg. And it looks like Hands Off have the number advantage they want to come back in for that force.
Yeah, definitely. Banny was very, very aggressive there, but of course it's going to pick up High Five, and they're going to lose Slamberg here. And they're going to get the Uber popped up. Dingo doesn't have it just yet. Oop. Oh my goodness, he gets air shot midair, but he gets it. He managed to save his players, but this isn't the best exchange. They're outnumbered. They need to get a pick, or they need to start backing up. There's still a soldier behind them right now.
An interesting exchange from Hands Off. They're going to lose their medic, but a couple fragging players up for Hands Off come back in. That's going to be High Five and Blank picking up 2 kills there. Clockwork air shot onto Blank to take him down, and froyotech have that number advantage in their favor. So not only do they have the time advantage, but the number advantage, and also the Uber advantage. So things are looking pretty good here for froyotech. Yeah,
I want to see Meat Market stop bleeding here because they're still close in times. This definitely is not an unwinnable thing, especially with Free State still not having Uber here, and they're actually be pushing out from this cliffside here, trying to get point presence and a little bit of a capture time, hopefully.
Yeah, unfortunately, Yumas Mike dying a little bit late in that fight. He's going to have to wait for him to catch up to get to the rest of the team. Looks like they're going to go for that bomb. Slamberg trying to make space for his team as Pelt walks forward with the pipe. Slamberg actually finds a kill onto Corsa over by the tunnel. And they're trying to close off and lock off these doorways. Uber's going to be popped by Free State coming back in. Muma gets the pipe kill onto Pelt, and there's going to be a bit of exchange over by the stairs. Clockwork trying to hold it off there. Yeah.
This is really good for them actually right now. They have Uber at, they got to pick. They're going to have their spawners coming in soon. They just need to play this point. They have cap time now too, so this could be really, really good for Meat Market here. Froyo has to fight this, really. Oh my goodness. And they're going to get the force off from Dingo, but Clockwork's going to get picked. And actually, US Michael just run, but he gets picked by Muma. And actually, Pelt's going to die behind by Banny, who's coming very, very aggressively. He's going to pick up by Blank, and they're still fighting this point.
I really like what I'm seeing there out of Hands Off. They're playing aggressively. They're not scared of froyotech at all. And those Uber exchanges are, you know, helping them out. But unfortunately, with Mike, he ran right at Free State, couldn't get the kill down. Free State has Uber now. They're going to walk back in with it. He's on to Muma, popping the Uber there and then flashing over towards Patty. Patty jumps in deep and finds the kill on the Dingo. So they get the medic down for Hands Off. There's a bomb in onto Free State, but he stays alive. And froyotech are going to clean up the rest of these frags here. So froyotech are looking to win this first round. 1-0 is the score. froyotech take the lead.
That was you know, that was a really good round though from Hands Off, SLIN. I have to say, I was really impressed, and I think Froyo just wasn't prepared. A little bit, sort of leaning back to my statement in the last map. They just weren't prepared for the aggression and sort of underestimated, I think, what I like to call Meat Market, but it's actually Hands Off.
Yeah, hands off, they had a good showing in that first round. Let's see if they can hold on to that, though, and actually take a round this time and actually convert. Looks like the bomb comes in from Slamberg over the top of the rock. He doesn't take too much damage, but now he is eating a couple rockets, and Bandy comes out to finish that kill. Now Pelt in to find Patty, and there's a bit of an exchange on the point. Yuma's Mike trying to find Clockwork over by the tunnel, pushes him back. It looks like they've lost their medic there, and froyotech are gonna pick up another kill. Looks like Clockwork gets blanked over by the health pack on the stairs.
Yeah, pretty scrappy fight. I think Froyo, especially Bandy, was really prepared for them to do that super aggressive bomb. And Corsa's actually chasing Dingo, but he's gonna get picked up. And if I was hands off here, I'd be repushing, and they are super aggressively. They're getting tons of point breaths. One of the scout is very, very hurt. It's Clock. They're still fighting this very aggressively right now, SLIN.
Yeah, Free State trying to dole out some heals with the help of his crossbow. Bandy gets picked off by the left side choke, and hands off should be pushing forward to collapse on this. They're standing on the point for cap time, but they got number advantage. They want to go. Muma gets the kill onto Yuma's Mike, and it's still a 5-on-5 exchange, so they might just be happy with the cap. Uber is popped off by Free State. Not going to do that much, and Dingo's going to be able to kite that away easily.
Yeah, and now we're going to see, once they cap this point here, we're going to see Mike getting up soon. Slamberg's going to get up soon. And they're going to be re-pushing right here. By the time they've just now capped the point too, and they have full Uber advantage here, so this could be a really good exchange.
Double bomb in from froyotech to try and get Dingo. They get the force out of him.
Slamberg farming! He's farming, Slim. He just got a 3K.
He is farming. That is the word he likes to use, isn't it?
It is. He loves to farm Froyo, and he really just did. He got an impressive 3K right there.
Yeah, Slamberg showing what he's made of, and he jumps the top right, gets another kill onto Banny, so that's a 4K for Slamberg. High five into Claps and help out, gets a kill onto Clockwork, now backs off a little bit scared of the respawners of froyotech coming back in. Corsa is able to get picked off by Pelt's pipe there, another kill on the Patty, so looks like High Five don't get the better of that exchange, they lose their medic.
Yeah, they got a little bit overzealous in the end. They had really good damage flying off that Slamberg bomb, but then they just started getting picked up and their medic got picked. And, you know, they just overextended a little bit. And, you know, Froyo is really good at punishing people that get overextended. And actually, looks like going to be a bomb from Blank. He's about to get cleaned up. Pelt's in on the medic. He gets some good damage, but it looks like this bomb has got to be cleaned up here.
froyotech are absolutely destroying hands off, getting 4 kills down, and Free State still keeping his Uber. Now froyotech moving into the very familiar forward hold. Demo Man holding the cliff side with Banny and the double soldier on the low side of the map. And Dingo at 40% is 20 seconds away from getting his Uber, so this is going to allow froyotech to take the lead on the clock.
Yeah, definitely. And actually, Moon was watching main instead of cliffside, right? Now actually, he's rotated back to cliffside, but actually, hands-off players are going to be on top of these players on cliff. Oh my goodness, they're going to pick up Banny. Muma's over here. Clockwork's about to clean up 2 Slim. This is a break in the forward hold, but actually right now, Corsa is behind the medic. He's going to get to the medic. Oh my goodness. Good read from Corsa.
Yeah, really nice read from Corsa. Gets the kill on the medic there. Now Free State's just got to watch out for these counter-bombing players from hands off. Free State playing over by the house, and when those bomb comes in, he can just duck into the house at any time and have cover over his head. There comes the bomb now from Pelt. Free State backs it off easily and just surfs that away. Needs another rocket and pops Uber off in the corner. Not the best Uber there from Free State. I think he just popped that instinctively, walks it back in, takes down Slamberg. That's all they're going to get with that Uber.
Yeah, definitely not the greatest Uber. And actually, the medic Dingo needs to get out of this cliffside or else he'll get cleaned up really hard. But actually, Blank just flanked and got 2. Mike's picking up right now. Oh my goodness. This is actually a complete destruction of the Froyo forward hold right here. And they might actually
Corsa in onto Dingo. Does get the kill there.
He does get
it does get that second rocket off and finds it there. So it does even out the Ubers. A nice kill right at the end. Almost looking bad for froyotech, but with that kill on the medic is going to keep them in this round. The timer's still ticking down as hands off just capping the point now, down 1 minute and 15 seconds. It's going to be a tough battle for them in the rest of this round.
Yeah, definitely. And actually, Mike runs in there very early and dies. Slamber's on the medic. Oh, he doesn't get a rocket, though. And Pelt's just spamming pipes to the enemy combo right now, but they're sort of going to get him for free now with the 2 dead. Pelt doesn't really have much set up.
Yeah, they're working their way back in, and Muma's doing a great job of pushing back the enemy players. Bomb comes in over the top from Blank, but he gets mulched right away by the Scout Roamer combo of froyotech. And now it looks like hands off have no chance to contest the point at all. 35 seconds on the clock. They're going to get these respawners up for hands off, and then immediately go right back in into it, the Uber, the awaiting Uber arms of Free State.
Yeah, and I really don't like the coordination of these hands-off bombs. Pelt just is bombing in so late and dying. And actually, they're coming through main very, very aggressively. They're going to get the Uber force, but I think Dingo might get chased out here main. Yeah, he will. He's going to die to Pat.
Really good read by froyotech's combo. Patty knew that Dingo didn't have Uber yet, but was still desperate to get to the point. froyotech pop in through main, all the frags, and timer's just going to tick down without any contestation at all. 2-0 is going to be the score, and froyotech taking a very convincing first 2 rounds.
Yeah, I mean, I would say that both the rounds have been hotly contested, but I mean, Froyo just ends up, he does play a lot tighter, I think, in the end. And they're really punishing a lot of the, even if hands-off's like super aggressive plays, winning them a lot of fights, they're just sometimes not reining it in and just feeding.
And you got to remember that this is froyotech's map. This is their best map that they know how to play, and they have the players to do it. And Clockwork Banny on Scout is winning. Patty playing top left on the battlements. The bomb comes in, but he comes over the top, and Patty picks up the kill on the Dingo. Another kill there onto high 5, and he's being so effective on this middle. It's going to be a 3-on-3 exchange. froyotech have their medic alive in the corner, and that's going to, of course, is going to back up to that and make sure he keeps that Uber advantage in their favor. There's some capture time down for hands off, but the red team should be able to re-push this with ease.
Yeah, definitely. They're going to be walking off this cliff now. And Muma is so aggressive and so confident in some of these holds. Like, he knows that he won't be touched by these players, and he just sits there spamming. And Froyo's going to be walking onto this point right now. They almost have Uber. They do have Uber.
Soldier in behind Corsa. He's going to get juggled up in tunnel and taken down by Blank. But Blank goes down to Corsa's rocket as well, so a bit of a one exchange. Pop is in from Free State, trying to find frags, but he's really only getting Muma, and Muma isn't in a position to get any kills there. Patty, meanwhile, chases over towards Dingo and takes him down. Free State caught out on the point by Slamberg. He falls, and this exchange is so scrappy on the point. I think hands off are going to get the better end of this, though.
Yeah, they did high 5 clean up Banny in the end there. But I mean, they're very low on health. And they still control the point, though. Froyo still has not capped it, by the way. And High 5 and Pelt are coming back in to contest still. And actually, Clockwork's going to bully it off the point right there. And it looks like there's still hands-off is going to hold this still very aggressively. But Froyo's still re-pushing still.
Yeah, froyotech doing a really good job of playing tightly together. You see that they're getting the kills there. Corsa on Sniper finds one onto Dingo. With the medic down, they just need to play around Free State. Free State hiding in the house is able to stay away. There's a scout behind. High 5 gets the kill on the Sniper. Corsa trying to win against Banny as well here, but Free State's able to help and get that kill down. froyotech managed to keep their medic alive, and they get the capture down. Now, a minute on the clock is going to be tough for them, Avast, but with the Zuber advantage, it's not too bad.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, it's only 50%. It's not like we're looking at 70 or 80, so there's still a chance here for sure, and they already have so much time. And one thing that's particularly standing out is Dingo's getting punished so much, and there's going to be really aggressive bonds here from hands. And Patty's really weak. Patty goes down.
Is it even a bomb? I think they're just going for frags. They just push across the point, and they're not even going for capture time. Now they're finally getting the cap down. They get it. Free State has the Uber playing with Muma over by Valley, but Clockwork on the other side takes down Mike over by the stairs. They're going to walk back towards the point and play towards Dingo, who's only at 45% Uber. He eats a pill as well, but Free State drops the Uber on the point. Blank came in over the top and takes him, and Clockwork down. A misplay there from Free State. It might cost them.
Wow.
Or will cost them for sure.
That definitely will cost them. I mean, they still have to recap the point too, so the spawners are going to be better here for hands off. And that was just a crazy good bomb from Blank. Just really punishing them for being so aggressive on point.
I don't know what happened to Free State. He was pushing it with Clockwork, and I guess didn't see Blank, just didn't pop that Uber. And now Dingo's in a very good position with 90%. Looks like Banny does find the 1v1 kill onto Slamberg over by the stairs. Comes in, a lot of damage onto Pelt, down to 10 health. He's going to have to go back for the health pack as the Uber's popped in by Dingo. And they're searching around for frags, but froyotech have kited this away for the most part. So, not the best Uber there from hands off. They're actually going for the refight here from froyotech. Banny gets Blank on the point, and Corsa with a headshot kill onto Pelt. Now both of the scouts are swarming. A flank in from the side from Patty is going to seal off the last couple kills, and froyotech go up in the lead.
Yeah, I mean, and just a reminder that Corsa's been on Sniper this entire time, and he's just been really harassing them. I would have liked to see them try to pressure Corsa a little bit more, because obviously they're not going to have to deal with that soldier on the flanks with Corsa being Sniper. And but they haven't really had any opportunity to really pressure him off, and he's doing a lot of work.
Yeah, he really is. 50% advantage for Free State. They might choose to go in with this Uber. Yeah, he's playing forward. Pops it onto Patty. He's searching for Dingo behind the house. Patty isn't able to get that kill. And meanwhile, the flank comes in from hands off and finds 3 frags behind froyotech. So it's a scrappy exchange on the point. High 5 collapses onto Patty and gets the kill there. And for some reason, hands off win despite having no Uber.
Their flank is just mulching Froyo in these pushes, especially, I just want to look at High 5, and he's top scoring for his team, and he's been doing so much work for hands off. He is really just crushing Froyo in these Ubers and these flank pushes. And actually, Buma's going to go down here. They're pressing very aggressively, trying to push paint, but they are going to get a 4.
Yeah, I really like what with Hands Off did there. They used their number advantage on the stairs to pick a bunch of kills. They pop in as well to finish off Free State, and looks like there's a player behind that's Banny. Gets a kill on the high five, but finished off by Blank. So really nicely done by Hands Off, collapsing that stair side of the map and picking up the meta kill.
Yeah, Slamberg once again doing his favorite thing, which is slamming. And slamming Froyo right there, getting a really good read on that push and flanking Free State. And actually, Froyo's going to be pushing very aggressively because they know they need to fight this point zone. They only have 20 seconds left, and they're at Uber Dispatch. Actually, it's about at now.
Yeah, desperation fight. Looks like Hands Off have backed off and given them a lot of space to work with, though. Bomb comes in over the top as Patty bombs the stairs and gets Blank down. Now shooting rockets over at Slamberg, gets the kill there with the help of Corsa. And it looks like froyotech are all over the point here to get this capture back. So right as the clock hits 0, they're going to get the cap.
Yeah, and they're going to have Uber ad because during that fight, Dingo backed out and Free State was still healing. So they have a task on them to try to get this Uber force because they do have a minute. So they can definitely force it and then re-push with the Uber advantage here, Slam.
Yeah, that's what they're going to try for. They're walking out of the way through stairs, now in through lower main. There's no trap there, so Dingo's not going to get forced quite yet, but he does pop to the rollers, jumping both soldiers in and getting onto Free State. Pops his Uber, and now the counter bomb in from froyotech. They're not going to chase any of these frags out, though. They're going to be happy with just standing back on the point and trying to get healthy. Muma, though, caught out over by the health with that ammo pack, gets taken down as Patty finds Slamberg over by the tunnel. 5-on-5 exchange as the scouts are in from Hands Off, and they do... they're trying to get their way in, and that's going to be the timer as Hands Off were standing on the point and get themselves the first round.
You should have seen that chase that Mandatory Michael, otherwise known as You Must Mine, gave Banny in that post Uber. Banny just chased him around the entire time, and he came in and killed someone on the flank, so they were effectively 2 down. And it's just supposed to be really annoying for Banny, and we're going to see here on this another mid here for the blue versus red team.
Yeah, Slamberg starts with a bomb towards the right side, but eats too much damage and backs off of it. Meanwhile, Corsa and Patty are both in, and Corsa gets the first kill onto Pelt. Clockwork, you can see him playing on his own rock, fending off the enemy players, but isn't really able to find much there. froyotech just happy to stay back and try and stay as healthy as they can. Bomb comes in from Blank off the right side. Clockwork collapses onto that one. Now, with the help of Bandy, takes down 2, and Patty finds the last kill onto Slamberg. Dingo just backs it right out of there, and froyotech get this middle.
Yeah, but it's going to be a full Uber advantage there for Froyo. A very scrappy fight. A lot of the Froyo scouts in particular were very, very hurt. Like between them, I think they had like 40 HP total. So I'm expecting to see a bomb here, but I've seen Hands Off in particular just likes to push it and just follow these pushes up.
Ooh, Slamberg on Sniper, missing the shot on Free State. It looks like they spot him out though. Lower main, he's going to surf it back to spawn, and that's going to be more time off the clock. They lost Mike in that exchange, so froyotech back in that forward hold. And Patty's really choking up on lower main. He thinks that the push is going to come from there, but it looks like Blank wants to come out of stair side as they... Oh my goodness, Corsa just focus fires the door with Patty and takes down Blank. Slamper goes down soon after as the Uber is popped by froyotech, and not the best Uber there from Froyo.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, Patty actually, it was a relatively solid idea. I mean, he was holding main aggressively in case they pushed there, and then he got the call from Corsa to just jump back up and fight them. But then while they were busy fighting these players coming out, Pelt was able to get the force off of Free State just by sitting there and spamming. So now we're going to actually see a full Uber advantage here from Hands Off, and they're going to be pushing this point. They actually pop very aggressively, good damage on move, but they're able to kite it pretty well, and I think Clockwork's going to go down, and actually Mike is very far forward.
Oh, wow, Clockwork doesn't go down. In fact, he turns around and shoots Mike in the back, gets the kill there, and froyotech are coming right back in onto Hands Off. They kill Dingo, Pelt, and Blank, all fall. Free State unfortunately goes down behind the soldiers for Hands Off. We're behind them there as Muma hits the pipe onto Slamberg up on the cliff and take him down. So froyotech, you know, they lose their medic, but they get back onto the point and get themselves a man advantage here as well.
Yeah, definitely. And still, I mean, that would have been a very disastrous exchange for Hands Off if it wasn't, once again, for the Slamberg coming behind and getting some farming done up on their cliff and taking a Free State. And actually, they're going to be bombing very aggressively here. I think this is initiating a push here.
Yeah, I'm not sure if I like this though. Patty, meanwhile, goes towards the stairs side, jumps around the corner, and gets onto Dingo. Hits a rocket to juggle him up, and can't finish off the kill, actually. High five to the rescue, saving Dingo. Meanwhile, there's stickies coming over the head of Dingo from Muma, is trying to keep him in play, and Dingo's gonna have to duck over. He's juking left and right. Muma can't seem to get the kill there. Actually, Dingo might make it out with 19 health. An unbelievable play by Dingo. That weak, but he dies to the pipe of Muma, so Yeah, it was a good effort, but froyotech are still in control of the point and keeping their medic alive.
He was just juking back and forth, and we're gonna see a really aggressive bomb here from hands off, and they get the force from free state. So actually, I mean, not all is lost, but I mean they are very much down in time here. So they really need to fight this point and hopefully win this.
If you can see the way that hands off are playing, they're just not grouping around their medic. Dingo's forced to just shoot crossbows at everybody as no one's really playing around him. Meanwhile, Free State has everybody around him. He's just dealing heals and trying to handle these bombing players that are coming in on top of him. They kill Slamberg, and froyotech are still grouped up pretty well and have a massive time advantage on the clock. 2 minutes here. It's going to force one last push out of hands off.
Yeah, definitely. I think this is a problem that you've done a really good job of recognizing, the fact that I think hands off is just, compared to Froyo, they're just not playing around Dingo as much as they should. And so they're losing these uber advantages and they're not playing their heals correctly. And actually right now they're just scout behind. They're running down to the very last seconds. 2 picks fall from Froyo.
Yeah, desperation is hitting here as the clock hits 0 and they're trying to put time on the point. froyotech know that. They just bait the point, turn all the frags, wipe the enemy team, and that's going to put them at 3-1 at the halftime.
Yeah. Still, I think a pretty good showing here from hands off, and I think if they can just play a little bit tighter around their medic, I think we would be seeing a lot closer rounds than we are right now.
Yeah, like you said, it's been close, but it seems like Free State's able to stay alive in situations where Dingo is not, and that uber advantage converts into time advantage, converts into froyotech rounds. So it's been like hotly contested rounds, but froyotech are converting a higher percentage of them for sure.
Yeah, also Muma is staying alive a lot right now with 3 doms and 105 ping, it looks like. I don't know if he's had that all game or if he's just spiking. It looks like he was just spiking. He's going back. Yeah. But Muma's been staying alive a lot more than Pelt, and I would really like Pelt to focus a lot more on survivability, because I feel like he's just dying a little bit too much for this map.
Well, it's getting late and the teams want to end this match, so they start second half right away, and my eyes are on Clockwork, who's fishing around for any opportunities. There's a bomb over his head, and he immediately finds Blank to start things off, pushing off the scouts on point. He turns around for a soldier, kills Slamberg. Clockwork is in a bit of trouble. There's a scout on him. High-5 gets the pistol kill. froyotech's still up in numbers, though. Patty trying to dodge around with the escape plan, but dies to High-5, who picked up his second kill. And looks like he doesn't want to give up. There's a bomb over the top as Pelt comes in with the stickies, steals away the health pack, and then Sticky jumps right out of there. So a bit of ring around the rosy, but Free State managed to stay alive, and he's almost close to Uber.
I'm still really not liking these hell bombs. Like, I don't understand what his purpose was for stealing that pack. Like, he nearly died, and he really didn't get any extra pressure from me. He just walked forward. And actually, Blank's gonna bomb in. He's gonna take one of the players very low, but he's gonna die himself. Both soldiers are down for hands off. Yuma's Mike is gonna die. High-5's gonna die. And now Pelt and Dingo's gonna be getting out of there.
Yeah, this is that sack play that we were talking about. They push up, they throw 4 players in there, and they try and get back alive. But Corsa is juggling up Dingo and hits an amazing rocket over the top of the box to get the kill. Banyan to help out, takes down Pelt, but they got Dingo, and that was an amazing effort from Corsa.
Yeah, definitely. But actually, Free State is going to die to Slamberg. Oh my goodness. He's been slammed, Slim. He
has been slammed indeed. Clockwork in there to help take down Blank, and froyotech lose their medic. Clockwork's fighting a one-on-one against High-5 in the lower main. He gets taken down, and High-5 sends the second kill onto Patty. So froyotech go down 2 players, including their medic, and Dingo with the quick respawn here is going to walk back in.
Yeah, definitely. And there's going to be a free retake. And actually, Muma's going to get picked up by Mike here. And actually, Corsa's going to pick up Dingo. He's been hiding his sniper. He body shot him right there, re-pushing. But there's still going to be 2 down here.
Blank trying to pressure Corsa. He falls off the back side as Mike comes in to get a couple kills. Blank gets that kill on the sniper Corsa, and they did lose Dingo. That body shot from Corsa, he's been swapping over to sniper here and there, and it's really throwing a wrench in the plans of hands off.
Yeah, definitely. Corsa has been a really big force in this game. He's especially just taking down Dingo consistently, like with his bombs and now with his sniper play. He's a really good utility player considering how good he is on sniper. And actually going to be a very aggressive push here from Froyo. They're going to lose Blank, and I think they're going to lose another person behind. It's going to be actually Slamberg is on the medic again. He picked up, oh my goodness, he picked up Free State, and Patty's going to get killed by Pelt, but I think it's going to be a point retake for Froyo.
Yeah, Free State goes down and froyotech go all in to try and get right back into it. Clockwork picks up a couple frags, and that's 4 players dead for Hands Off. So even though they get the kill on the Free State, they lost so many players doing that. They just wanted to make sure that that they got the point back. And it's 206 on either clock. Dingo has the Uber advantage, and they're going to come back in through, looks like the left side cliff.
Yeah, probably. That's what their favorite push is. And Muma has stickies all over flanks and a little bit on point. They're going to be pushing right here through this left main. Very aggressive bombs here from Slamberg, and he's going to get cleaned up. And they're walking on the point here now. And actually, there's the heavy. There's the heavy from Clockwork Slip.
There's a heavy indeed as Dingo pops his Uber but drops Yuma's Mike, who turned the corner and he couldn't get the flash on him. Now it's just Dingo and Blank, the 2 heroes to try and save the day, but there's a bomb on the Dingo. Actually, he stays alive. High five in there to save the day once again. Corsa goes down. They don't get Dingo. froyotech are trying their best to hold and handle Blank, who's over by Valley. He dies. And now froyotech want to come back in. They have Uber. Dingo's got to be very careful here.
Slamber just did an amazing air shot on Penny, and actually they're gonna pop up the here. Then they're chasing Dingo really hard. Dingo's dodging like Dingo survived. SLIN, that was crazy dodging from Dingo.
Yeah, he looked like he was caught out, and then he's got this weave, he's got this movement, and they can't seem to get him down. Dingo stays alive there. 4-on-4 is the fight as froyotech still have this heavy. I can't tell if this is a troll or not, because Clockwork's so good on Scout, but here he is just mowing down players on top of this rock, and he's not scared of anything. He eats a couple rockets, backs off a little bit, but froyotech, they're just holding their ground. It looks like they're going to give up all this space as Hands Off just come back in. High five on top of the rock there, just going to push him back.
Yeah, one of the problems with Heavy is when you're not actually holding the point, then he's so slow and he's able to be focused down. You have to dump heals into him for to really be effective. And he just isn't able to contest nearly as well as his Scout. Course is going to go down. They're re-pushing behind his Heavy, but he's taking so much damage right now. Dingo's about to... But there's going to be a exchange here with Free State popping on Clockwork.
Yeah, and the better Uber is one of Uber's favorite either team. Clockwork is trying to kite it away, surfs a sticky off of Pelt and tries to get out there. Meanwhile, Muma turns a kill onto Slamberg, and froyotech are going to come right back in, walking it in with the heavy through the choke. Patty jumps over the rock and lands a rocket onto Yuma's Mike. Banny finishes off that frag. There's a soldier in as well. Blank goes down. That's 2 players alive now for Hands Off, and Dingo and Pelt are trying their best to stand the point a little bit, but Dingo's just got to be careful that he doesn't get killed, so he's going to back off towards the cliff. And froyotech played really brilliantly with that heavy walking in and out.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, the problem is that I think when they're running that heavy, they should definitely be taking that time to fight their flank a little bit more, because the heavy can't be there to help him since he's so slow. But they're just dumping heals into him, and they're really just putting so much damage that its damage is just getting healed.
Looks like Patty wants to go for a solo Uber, gets onto Dingo. And I like this play here from froyotech, actually. There's some flashing coming in from Dingo as well. Patty gets over the top of one of the soldiers and misses the air shot. Actually, the flank from Hands Off is coming in huge. Mike, Blank, high five, all turning frags, and Free State forced to back off of this fight. He doesn't want any part of this, and that's a good team fight win there from Hands Off. Now 20 seconds on the clock, and froyotech are going to have to go for a push here very shortly.
Yeah, definitely. They're going to have to fight very aggressively here. And once again, Slamberg's just doing a lot of work on these flank fights. He just turns around and hit a really good direct on the Froyo soldiers, and Course is bombing very aggressively, trying to get behind, but he actually hits an invisible wall, hits the air, and he's very hurt right now. He's about to get cleaned up. Dingo almost has Uber. Oh, actually, no, he only has 75%, but still, they need to make sure Dingo does not die, and they can win them.
Yeah, 4-on-4, it's really close here, but froyotech have the heal advantage over by the point, and Clockwork as well is just mopping up kills. He's still in on this. Banny there on top of this wooden thing is going to be able to kite away any rockets from Blank. They pop Uber, and they're trying to put capture time here as Dingo's flashing around. They're trying to get this cap. They need this cap, but no, the Uber's in from Free State to block it at the last second. And it looks like Clockwork's able to get in towards high five. Banny in as well to take down 2. And they're trying to fight for this point. The clock is nearing 0 for either side. And it's a 2-on-2 fight to try and get this. The cap goes to Hands Off.
Oh, Dingo cap. Oh my goodness.
That is going to be the round for Hands Off. And I really did not expect them to get that. They had a lot of capture time. It was sending into overtime. froyotech were throwing players back in there. It was so hectic. But they win.
Yeah, definitely. That was I think it was a smart play from Dingo to kite it back to the point when they were trying to fight Slamberg behind, and he gets the cap, and we're going to be on another mid fight here, SLIN.
Oh man, Corsa on Sniper to start things off, gets the body shot kill onto Dingo, and now froyotech are watching out for these counter-stacking players, and Banny Clockwork is doing the most of the work as they pick up a couple frags, and looks like Clockwork gets the pistol kill on the You Must Mike. Now it's only high five over by the stairs. Clockwork in behind with the pistol, but Banny gets the kill with the scatter gun. froyotech played around their Sniper really well. Once Corsa got that first frag, they just kited it away.
Yeah, I mean, I think they knew that putting Corsa on that Sniper was something they weren't going to expect, and he's been proving himself specifically on taking out Ding, and
yeah, that's
like
really all he's going for. It's like,
yeah,
kill Dingo, and then they know they're going for free state. They just back away and get all the kills. And hands off, they need to go for a sacrifice play or some sort of force, and they're gonna get it. They pop onto Patty as looks like hands off go right behind Uber. They just walk right past the Uber, go for Corsa, go for Clockwork, get those 2 kills down, and free state's got to be worried because there's players surrounding him on all angles. Free state backing off towards the cliff, and Patty, Banny find 2 kills. Hands off are putting capture time on the point here. I'm not sure I like this decision. It's a 4-on-4 fight, and High Five's in a lot of trouble getting chased out by Banny. Tries to make it to the health pack. Banny's right there, but cannot get the kill. And hands off are going to back right off and don't get the cap.
Yeah, they're really on Dingo there. Dingo's very hurt, but Patty misses an air shot and gets cleaned up. But actually, hands off's going to push up here very aggressive. They do have a lot of cap time, so they can just...
Corsa on Sniper again! Body shotting Dingo from behind that battlement's metal piece. He finds a kill, another headshot kill onto You Must Mike, and Corsa is on fire. All of froyotech rallying behind that, and they get up the rest of the kills. Free State barely survives with 15 health after the counter sacks, but wow, froyotech cleaned that all up, and Corsa, yeah, he's been on fire on Sniper.
Corsa is doing a lot of work. He's really keeping them in the game, actually, right there at that push, because they definitely would have... I think it would have been a very, very good fight for hands off if Corsa had not hit those shots.
I know Bloodsire's in chat here. Put that guy on in auto aim. Put him in AA, man. Because Corsa has been, yeah, he's been so good. It looks like froyotech don't go for the forward hold, but they're playing so aggressively at the front end of that rock, and they're gonna commit to a push here. They find Dingo towards the back side of the cliff, and they secure the kill with that Uber. Clockwork wraps around the left side and kills Pelt. That was a bomb in the air, a decent air shot from Slandberg, but he dies, and froyotech cleaning up everything here, and they're taking a very convincing lead in this round.
They do lose Muma, so this is the chance for hands off to push. They don't have any of the choke control. They won't have any of the spam they have to deal with for at least another 5 seconds or so. So it's on them to really push. They don't have Uber. Corsa is on Sniper again though, SLIN.
Yeah, and with it being, oh, speaking of him on Sniper, geez Louise, he's killing blank, and he's just has so much presence on top from that position in China. Patty picks up 2 kills, the second one onto You Must Mike. The capture point goes down for hands off, but they lose their medic. Corsa on a tear right now. froyotech sweeping right back in to clean up all the frags, and hands off can't seem to do anything about it.
Yeah, Corsa is just, he's doing so much work right now, and he's hitting all of his shots. Anytime Dingo peeks, Dingo's dead. Dingo just immediately dies. He just doesn't get the chance to really do much.
The only times they've been successful is when they just go all in on the Corsa. He gets another kill on the You Must Mike. It's ridiculous. Someone needs to do something about this guy. Corsa is absolutely on fire. Blank goes down to this body shotting Clockwork focus fire on the left side, and with hands off going down 1 player at a time, the clock just keeps ticking. Down 2 minutes on match point for froyotech.
Yeah, definitely. They will get the force off, but there's only 20 seconds left, and it's going to be really tough to push here. With it looks like Mike is actually hiding on cliff. They don't know Mike's on cliff. He's fighting. Oh my goodness, he picks up Banny. I think it's good for him. He's pressuring behind. I would have actually liked him to pressure Muma there.
Yeah, this is just the Clockwork show here on the cleanup. Once Corsa gets that opening pick, Clockwork's like, okay, we're gonna win the next team fight, commits himself to it, and gets like 2 or 3 frags at a time. So there's so much fragging power out of froyotech, and hands off can't seem to do anything about it. Slamberg dancing around over, trying to distract Free State as the timer hits 0. It looks like hands off are right back in to try and get some capture point time down. They do get that there, and amazingly win this team fight, but they lose their medic. froyotech get what they want.
Yeah, Froyo did lose Free State, and they have a better player advantage here for red team, so they will be able to hold this point for right now. But Mike is in so deep, he's gonna get cleaned up. I would have liked to see his back up, but they will pick up Banny in return. But still, the spawns are so much better here for blue team. Froyo's gonna be pushing in very aggressively, and Dingo's not even there yet.
Yeah, froyotech are chasing blank towards the left, and now Clockwork trying to get Dingo. Only puts 50 damage in him, but look at Corsa here, bombing in through lower main to help get these kills. Gets another one on the Pelt, and a 3rd kill from Muma. And looks like that's going to be the cap for froyotech, and that's going to be the match, 4-2.
Yeah, and I think we both went in thinking it was going to be a pretty one-sided. I think it was a decisive, it was a pretty clear victory for Froyo, but I think there was a lot of close moments here. for sure.
Yeah, you're right. But that last round was all Corsa all the time. He was doing so much damage and finding the kills onto Dingo where he needed to, getting extra headshot, like bonus points onto Yuma's Mike and other players. I mean, just Corsa Sniper is a big threat on Viaduct. And froyotech proving once again that they're so dominant on this map.
Yeah, definitely. I think um, I think that I think it was a really good game to end the night on, and I agree with you that Corsa in that last game was just absolutely insane. Or in that last round, I should say, he was really, really good. Actually, really throughout the game, he just denied Dingo pretty much at every opportunity he would find.
Yeah. And it was tough for hands off the position that they were in. You saw the aggression. You saw that they were trying to bomb in deep and make space. But every time they tried, Corsa was right there, Clockwork was right there, Banning was right there, and the whole team, the froyotech is just coming together like a well-oiled machine, and they're doing really well. I think the one weakness that we saw from froyotech was Free State with 2 Uber drops, but outside of that, I think froyotech played a really smart game, and they deserve the victory here tonight.
Yeah, definitely. And I think a lot of it is, I mean, Free State isn't a medic main originally, and I think he's really learning to adjust to that medic main role
Sure.
during this season in particular. And also, when playing against a team, which is, I mean, the spiritual successor of Meat Market, Hands Off, they really, really like to be super aggressive on the medics, and it's really tough being a medic on Viaduct already. But playing against a team like Hands Off, where they really, really go for the medic picks, I don't necessarily put him as a weak link per se in this match. I think he was just extremely focused, and a lot of pressure was on him.
Sure. And they played a good game other than that, I think. And plus, I can't give anyone a hard time for dropping Ubers on medic. You know what I'm saying?
SLIN, you've never dropped an Uber. It's called a tactical displacement. You've moved the Uber to another state to make
I've
sure.
moved it
to make
into
sure,
into the non-existence plane. So that's where the Ubers go to die. But that's going to be the match there. We casted 2 really solid matches tonight. I think the second one was a lot closer. froyotech with the 4-2 victory, proving that they are still the #1 team in Invite this season. They took down Ascent last night. They took down Hands Off, and they're trying to assert their position at the head of the division, taking their place with the crown. So yeah, we'll see if there's any other teams that can stand up to froyotech this season, but with Clockwork there, it seems like they're there to stay.
Well, but I mean, I know that Clockwork was a temporary thing, under the impression until Overwatch came back. So, and Overwatch is coming back very soon, SLIN.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, I don't really know anything though. Like, maybe you know something that I don't, but I expected Decimate to play this season, and then Clockwork came out of nowhere, and he's been just topping the damage numbers. Although this time Banny did out damage him, but
so you know, I was right. In the end, I was right.
Okay, but this combination of Banny and Clockwork. I mean, Banny went 49 and 27. Clockwork went 53 and 27. These 2 guys on Scout are pretty insane.
I agree.
So, yeah, as long as Clockwork's playing on froyotech, they're going to be a big threat. If Clockwork goes back to go play Overwatch on February 9th when the beta comes back, then that might not be good for froyotech. I mean, Clockwork's so good on Scout. He's probably the best scout in the game right now. It's losing him would be really tough, but we'll see what happens. I don't think I can predict what's going to happen to froyotech until we know what happens to Clockwork.
Yeah, for sure. And 2 players in particular, I think that really stood out on Hands Off actually were High Five, where he didn't get a ton of frags. I mean, he went 21 and 28, which isn't a great KD by any means, but he did 322 DPM, and then Blank as well did 359 DPM and got 33 frags with 39 deaths. So I think it was still a really good showing, and I'm going to stand by my statement saying that I think Hands Off got a sort of a bad rep on their first match without having High Five. But I mean, in this match too, they were missing Sesko, because I believe Sesko is their original starter, right?
Yeah,
instead
in 2 of the 3 matches that we've seen from Hands Off, they've used a backup or a replacement player, and I would really like to see Hands Off show up to these matches with their starting 6, but It's not the first team that we've seen an invite that has roster issues, so we'll see what happens the rest of the season. It's still early. It's only week 2. There's plenty of time left for these teams to iron things out, and I'm really excited to watch Hands Off for the rest of the season because with teams like EVL having a strong showing and Hands Off looking pretty good, like the top end of invite is pretty competitive.
Oh, it was Cheesy. That's right. It's not Cisco. It's
Oh,
Cheesy
yeah,
MacGyver.
Cheesy, yeah, Cheesy, yeah. That's right.
Can't believe that we forgot this. Cheesy has always been a staple of the meat market. I mean, he's the cheese on top of their quarter-pound burger of the meat market slammage, you know?
Yeah.
So
But
it's
I mean,
all
Mike's part
layered.
of that friend group as well. Like he's been a part of this hands-off meat market team for some time, so it's all together. They're all friends. They're all I think in talking to Blank early this season, they really want to have a fun season, and if they're competitive and they're winning, that's really good. But they're just they're a group of friends playing TF2 together, and that's probably why they've been so successful as far as they're just like having a really good time playing the game.
Yeah, definitely. I 100% agree, and I'm really rooting for my boys on EVL because that is the that's my old team right there, SLIN, and it does me proud to see them doing so well.
Yep. Does it there I hope to see them winning many more matches throughout the season, but there's so many good teams in invite, and I think that's gonna wrap it up for this cast. Thank you guys so much for joining us on Team Fortress TV tonight. We know you have many other places you could be, but we appreciate you supporting the TF2 community. If you want to find out more about TF2, go to teamfortress.tv. You can check out the sidebar at our schedule for the upcoming weeks. We have so many good casters lined up this season for you guys, and we're going to bring you all the invite matches that we can. And yeah, do you have any shoutouts, Avast? Let's do shoutouts.
I'm gonna shout out to, of course, all my boys on EVL.
Awesome.
And shout out to Slamberg because he's a colorful character. I enjoy Slamberg and his existence overall. I think he's a very amusing person to me. He's a fun guy.
Yeah, I love Slamberg too. I'm gonna give a shout out to Andy Mathsad, our cameraman, who's coming in hot for us and been there for us in so many matches throughout the last couple seasons. So big thanks to Andy. If we get some hearts in the chat for him. Thank you so much for being the camera, and we'll catch you guys on the next cast. Thanks for joining us.